Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're going to get right into the Raw review. Okay, so like I said, we all knew it was going to come at a certain point. Like I said, Roman comes out, celebrating his win from the previous night at SummerSlam. Thanks Seth Rollins. Everything goes tip-top shape. And who brings his ass out there? Like I told y'all, LA Knight. LA Knight comes out there. Hey, I beat your cousins. I want a title shot. Now, what Roman said made sense. Okay, you beat my cousins. So fucking what? I've beaten my cousins plenty of times. The last cousin I beat was Jacob, and I beat him twice. So what have you done? You haven't won a big match. You haven't did no tournament. No nothing. So what the fuck are you doing out here? Simple and plain. What the fuck are you doing out here? And I agree. I knew it wasn't going to be Oba coming out there, even though if that would have made a huge pop. But like I said, I knew he was going to come out there. I had a feeling he was going to bring his ass out there. Now, I think it's going to set up for a tournament, I would say, or kind of like a little gauntlet match for every single week of him facing part of the Usos and Jacob at the end, leading going into Money in the Bank in October, to him having the big match against Roman. Now, that's nothing confirmed, but it's just me being a wrestling fan and knowing how WWE works sometimes leading into those type of things. So I would say he's going to face Jimmy one week. He's going to face Jay another week. And he's going to face Jacob next week. If they want to do it that way, by all means. By all means, because LA Knight's still kind of, pissed off at the fact that he lost 4 years ago when Roman was, depending on the bloodline for him to continue that reign. By all means, I understand. But, nigga, it's been a while. It's been a while. Please let that shit go. It's time to let that shit go. Now, that happens. Going into the backstage of him, Roman is, of course, he's pissed off that he was interrupted by LA Knight, somebody who's this small compared to him being huge. So he basically tells the bloodline, hey, y'all should have killed Tim last night. Y'all should have just got rid of him. What's going on? He said, you know what? But don't worry about it. I'll handle it. Y'all don't touch him. Y'all don't touch him at all. Jacob, of course, a soldier. All right. Jimmy, he's kind of looking crazy. And of course, Jay, he's looking kind of crazy. By all means. And Roman walks the fuck off. Now, who, of course, comes around the goddamn corner? LA Knight. Now, this was a hilarious segment. I think this was funny as hell. Of course, he's like, look, yeah, y'all heard what he said. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Unless y'all want to bring him back and y'all be bent over his knee. That is hilarious. And of course, at the end, before he leaves, he does like this to Jay, and Jay kind of stands the fuck up. That is fucking hilarious. Now, first match on the card is Javon Evans versus Ethan Page. Now, like I said, anything that Javon Evans does, I am a huge fan of. Now, this match was at least about 15 minutes. Got to be. 15 minutes the most. And at the end, oh my God, he does this leapfrog over Ethan and the referee going into the OG cutter. Bruh, I wish I could post it here, but of course, WWE has the little copyright thing, so I'm not trying to get a copyright strike. But if y'all have a moment, go look at that match. Go look at the ending of that match, and y'all see what I'm talking about. Bruh, Javon Evans is a certified superstar and is going to lead us into the future. Y'all can say Oba, y'all can say Trick, you can say Braun. We're not finna forget about the OG. We ain't finna forget about him. So no, stop that. We put some respect on this man's name. Now, picking up the win, of course, he's celebrating the hey, cool. Who comes bring his big ass out there? Fucking Big Cass. For what reason? Why I gotta be Javon Evans? No clue. Now, like I said, we've been getting vignettes of him returning August 3rd, and of course, it's August 3rd, so of course he comes back. Well, why Javon Evans? Why Javon Evans? I guess we're going to find out next week. But, personally me, he's not finna do nothing this second run. He's not. He didn't do shit his first run. He had Enzo to be his mouthpiece. He didn't do shit back then. He got fired for what? Messing with that midget. He posted a big booth with that midget, and he ended up taking overboard and he ended up getting fired. I think he's been on the indie scene since. Now, cool, they brought him back, but what is WWE going to do with him? What are they going to do? That's like I said, he attacked Javon Evans. Even Cole, like, why he attacked Javon Evans for? We don't know. I guess we'll never know. But maybe going into next week, who knows? But after that, let me look at my notes. Second match, we have Sol Ruca versus Roxanne. And that ends a DQ from Raquel big booting Sol Ruca and them attacking Sol Ruca until Becky Lynch comes out, and we ain't seen her since Clash in Paris. I want to say we ain't seen her since Clash in Paris, and she comes out and basically grills Liv Morgan, basically brings up the fact that she had a 100-day reign and she just defended it in SummerSlam. Now, true, these are true facts. These are true. Everybody's been talking about it. Like she said, the Bleacher Report's been talking about it. ESPN's been talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. It's true. I feel like they're kind of dropping the ball with Liv Morgan. Why have her be women's champion for 100+ days and only having one title defense? Yeah, she won, but it's only one title defense. So who knows the next time she's going to defend it. So that's a case in point. Now, Becky, I guess she's a face now. Now, don't get me wrong, they're in Iowa. And if anybody knows, Seth Rollins is from Iowa, and anybody knows Seth Rollins, his wife is Becky Lynch. Now, of course, hand in hand, of course they're going to love her too. Now, everybody loves Becky anyway, including me. I'm a fan of the man. But don't get me wrong. She can bring some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for, to the women's championship again. She can bring, you see what I'm saying? Like, Becky always having the championship always gave me that good feeling, like, okay, yeah, we're going to have some couple reigns here. We're going to have some great-ass matches. Don't get me wrong, Liv Morgan is a hell of a wrestler. But what they've done with her title reign has not been anything. It hasn't been much. Like I said, 100 days and you only defend the title once. And like I said, I like the fact that she brought that up in her promo. She brought that up. Now, them leaving, this is when shit gets crazy. Stephanie Vaquer comes back since Mania and beats the shit out of everybody. Except for Becky. Beats the shit out of Roxanne, Raquel, beats the shit out of Liv. And then to the point where after she does that, her and Becky have a standstill. They're in each other's face. I don't know what they're saying, but they're having a standstill. I think it's going to come into a fortuity of a match. Who knows? That's a PLE type of thing. That's a PLE match. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a PLE match. Maybe, Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, PLE. We gonna see. I hope so. But that happens. Takes the internet by storm. Now, we see Oba. Backstage, he's coming to the ring, and he passes by Paul Heyman. At this point, we had a vignette of Brock Lesnar, who is retired. He just retired yesterday, but I guess they already gave him his vignette from his whole career, which I'll get into later on because he did announce it yesterday on the Pat McAfee show. But they have his whole vignette of Brock Lesnar's greatest matches and him doing this, him doing that, everything, breaking the streak, beating Cena. We all know these things. So, of course, Paul Heyman's looking at it. Oba passes by. He says, hey, next time you see Brock, tell him I said thank you. Proceeds to go out to the ring. Now, Oba gets to the ring, basically says, hey, if anybody has a problem with me being in the future, step up. Step the fuck up or shut the fuck up. Simple. Him leading back, he's going to the back. Braun Breaker's music hits. Now, this is where we had a standstill. Because if you remember, a couple months ago, Braun Breaker was that future top guy. He was built like it. Now, I don't know where in the fuck Braun we're going to have Oba. I don't know where they got that strange thing. Maybe when he got injured, but still, when that happened, it was like, oh shit, like, this is going to be a fucking car crash. And I agree. And I'm happy that they're giving things that people want. This is a want. That fucking want. This is a need. This is a need. So, of course, we're seeing that. They having to stare down. They just, all right, bro, who's going to make the first move? And then Braun Breaker has this match with Joe Hendry and it beat the shit out of Joe. This is the Braun Breaker I know. Braun Breaker, I know he beats the shit out of Joe Hendry. Probably, bro, 4 or 5 minutes. Beats the dog shit out of him. Great. Fucking great. Fucking chef's fucking kiss. If it had anything to do with me. Now look at my notes one more time. Okay, we got Penta versus Chad Gable. Penta and Chad Gable in tag team match against the Judgment Day. Nothing too much about here neither. Chad is picking up the victory. Cool. New IC championship. Cool. Whatever. I don't really give a fuck about that match. It is what it is. Now, later on in the show, we have Royce Keys coming up to Jacob, basically doing the same thing he's been doing for the past couple of weeks, saying, hey, look, I'm your family. These aren't your people. Yeah, they're blood, but they're not me and you, bruh. We family. Like, loyalty's over blood. By all means, I understand it. But you should already know how Jacob is. Jacob is going to be a man of his word. And when he lost to Roman for the tribal combat, he said, hey, you got to be in my ranks. You're my disciple. And he is. He's like, bro, look, I'm tired of going back and forth with you, bro. I'm tired of it. So you know what? Me and you, street fight. Street fight. Street fight. We get into that street fight, bro. They going blow for blow. Like bro, it's like they owe each other money. It's like they owe each other some money. But at the end, we all knew it was going to win. Jacob ends up basically putting on the talking death grip, which is basically a gun at this point. You get put into that shit, you're done. Pew, blow my fucking head off. So that happens. And after the match, he continuously does it, like to the point where he's bleeding. Now, everybody saw the little blood capsule. I saw the blood capsule. At first, I was like, damn, they kind of dropped the ball on that. But we saw the blood capsule. He's bleeding from the fucking mouth. Cool. And continuously does it to the point where Roman comes out and says, you know what? About time y'all did something. About fucking time. Now, this is where it gets confusing. It gets confusing. So, on the way to the back, Roman Reigns runs into Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio shakes his hand. He says, hey, you know, I'm the AAA general manager. And Roman says, well, I know now. And he says, let me run something by you real quick. And they proceed to walk into the darkness. Now, I don't know what this means. I don't know what Roman would bring to AAA. I'm not sure. Now, if he comes to AAA, that's a huge thing for that promotion, because a name like Roman Reigns in AAA, or just him making an appearance, is going to rock everything from Mexico, because they're having I think Triple Mania is in September. So next month, I think next month it's going to be one in Mexico, and the other one's going to be in Las Vegas. So it's basically 2 nights. Now, I don't know what this means. This really caught me off guard when they have. I'm like, oh shit, this is kind of weird, but okay. Well, I'm excited to see where this goes. But like I said, yesterday, Brock Lesnar went to the Pat McAfee show, which he always goes to, announce big things. He says, I'm retired. I'm done. Oba's the face. Oba's finna be the new big thing. I'm done. I'm finna have my kids, and I'm finna, go hunting. I'm finna go this. I'm finna do this. By all means, you deserve it. All means. Like I said, despite what you say about Brock Lesnar from that Janelle Grant thing and him doing this, him doing that, we can't deny that Brock Lesnar is one of the craziest human beings we've ever seen in the face of WWE. Can't deny it. We cannot. Even I saw this little picture on Twitter. I think Cena posted this morning of, of it's him, AJ, and Brock. Seemingly all of them retiring just in the span of months of each other. Because Cena retired December, AJ retired, I'm going to say January, and then Brock retiring in August. 3 huge names of WWE gone. Actually, fuck WWE. Wrestling history gone. Now, probably later on, sometime this week, we'll do a video about Brock Lesnar's career. I mean, what else can you really say about his career? But maybe. But overall, man, this Raw was great. Better than last week. We didn't get to see Seth, which I thought was kind of weird because they're in his home state of Iowa. But we didn't see Seth, which was like, oh, damn. But we did get to see Becky, so I'm kind of excited about that. But overall, man, this Raw was, if I had to give it a grade, I'm going to give it a solid B+. B+. Not B-, B+. So if y'all liked it, like I said, y'all need to go back and look at that OG cutter when he leapfrogged over Ethan Page and the ref. You will not be disappointed. But overall, man, I'm done. Now I'm rambling. Now get the hell out of here. Go to work. Do what you're supposed to do. Pay your bills. Bye.